Howdy Folks, and today I'm going to be back at it again with the Super Puggo Show. And today I'm going to be doing an more in-depth video about a topic I've been doing a little bit of research on for the past few months. Let me just find the photo here and zoom it in. Hold on. Then I'll show you what I'm talking about. We are going to be doing a video on the famous or infamous Christian Weston Chandler. Now, he is definitely a character on the internet, but we're gonna do an entire timeline of him, and in fact, so-called Christianologists or Christologists, if you will, have been researching him for a long time. In fact, he dates all the way back to 2005. So with that out of the way, let's just get right to it. Alright, so I have my trusty timeline right here, which dates all the way back to 2005, all the way up to now. Hopefully, this can help me out. But before we do anything, we need to check if this is the right timeline, because if it isn't, then I am screwed. Yeah, it is. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's just jump into it. All right, let's just go. This all starts back in 2005, where Christian Chandler, he's in high school, going at it, moving places, everything. He actually has his own gal pals in high school. He hang out with his own group of girls. But everything changed when he went to college. Because when he went to college, he made the infamous sign, looking for a boyfriend-free girl, ages 18 to 21, I still don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's about as good as a Craigslist ad. But, on the timeline, it shows that the first saga begins, which is known as the Megan Schroeder saga. Now, one thing you need to know about Christian Chandler is that he's been trolled by a whole bunch of sweethearts that he thought he had, when in reality, they were just a whole bunch of lousy trolls. But let's just go on to the first saga, shall we? Alright. So, now we're in the Megan Schroeder saga. Now, one thing I want to mention throughout this entire video is that a lot of sagas bleed into each other, which means maybe one saga is going on at the same time while the other isn't. So keep that in mind when I'm saying a few different sagas, because same sagas might be happening. So the reason I say this is because the saga begins with the Megan Schroeder saga. Now, one thing I want to mention is that this entire time there's the gameplay saga going around all these through these years. So I will get into the gameplay saga in a little bit, but for now we're sticking in the Megan Schroeder saga. Now, who is Megan Schroeder? Well, Megan Schroeder was a girl that Christian Chandler hang out with. He thought, hey, she's going to be one of my sweethearts. Oh, actually did. Well, she's probably going to be one of my sweethearts. Okay, I can't do a Christian Chandler voice, guys. I'm sorry. But what happened is that he didn't want, he wanted her as a girlfriend or a sweetheart, but no. Oh, no. She didn't want him as a boyfriend, but that didn't stop him. So, 2005, 2006, it's all the same saga, Megan Schroeder and gameplays. Now, right, so this is where the shenanigans start going. So, in 2007, there was this competition for if you lip-sync these certain songs from a certain game, which I'm not going to go back and try to learn, you get a free PS2 and... actually I meant a PSN, not a PS2. Sorry, I got mixed up. Hopefully, we don't get more interruptions. And an all-expense trip for two to a con for that year. Well, now, even though Christian Chandler tried going into that competition to impress Megan, remember, keep that in mind, Megan, he even tried rigging it, he still lost to Adam Stackhouse. And then he made an angry video towards him and a few other people. But, just in general, he tried impressing Megan Schroeder, but either way, it still wouldn't have worked. And then Megan Schroeder stopped becoming a sweetheart in August of 2008. Now, while that is happening, in August of 2008, Chris gets banned from the game place. Keep this in mind, because this will create a whole bunch of chain of events that will lead him to getting him and his mom arrested. But we will get on to that later. So next is in November 2007. Now, I know I just went to 2008, but I forgot to mention this. Christian Chandler finds the Encyclopedia Dramatica was a place where a whole bunch of different internet personalities had a whole bunch of information about him. Then Christian Chandler got really angry, then disproved a whole bunch of stuff, which then led him to just, no, bad stuff. Now, this 2009 is when the breaking point came in. What I mean by this is that, like, here's a ball, and it's like a whole bunch of wacky stuff. Then Christian Chandler's the bat. Then boom, he got a home run, and everyone else is on 3 bases. He got 4 points because 2009 is when everything else starts going downhill. First of all, I forgot, like I said, gameplays in the Megan Schroeder album, Megan Schroeder saga, they're still going throughout all this time, but there's going to be different events within them. So, I'm going to try to decipher this as best as I can. So, while the Encyclopedia Dramatica article is happening, there is this... Alright, so this group of trolls, these group of lousy trolls tried impersonating a girl for Christian Chandler, his first internet sweetheart. So what happened is that they tricked, I don't know how they did it, but they tricked him and they got his precious Sonic Chew medallion. Now, I forgot to mention this. So, Christian Chandler, he made comics, a lot of comics. And before our presentation, he couldn't use copyright stuff, so he had to make his own character, Sonic Chew and Rosa Chew. No copyright needed. I forgot to mention this, because the Sonic Chew medallion might not make any sense to you, but in the 20th of October in 2008, the medallion is destroyed. It was not a very good medallion. It wasn't, like, gold encrusted. It was just a regular clay medallion with, like, a string. Whatever, he made it. The medallion gets destroyed. He's mad. And, man, things just get downhill from there. Then, around the same time, in fact, they both started and ended around the same time. There are 2 more trolls. These people are completely independent from each other, and completely different. So, here we have Jimmy Hill and Panda Halo. Now, Jimmy Hill claimed that he was the original creator of Sonic Chew, and in fact, he uploaded, like, art and comics on the interwebs with more high-quality art in a more homoerotic Sonic Chew. Anyway, and there was another troll, Panda Halo. Now, Panda Halo went to a different, a different way. What she did was, she pretended to be another sweetheart. And, you know, man, and, like, she tricked him into doing a whole bunch of horrible adult things, yeah. So, Kawaii Desume will feature a new comic. She, or rather he, got tricked into doing stuff. I got tricked. I got betrayed. I can't do Christian betrayed. Anyway. Well, while the Panda Halo saga is going on, we have something happens in December of 2008. What happened is that because of all the trolling Christian Chandler got, he decided to halt all of the comics he was making. So what happened was that they were on, like, he was on a chat room until someone told him that one of his fans committed suicide because of the halting of the comics. And Christian Chandler, being Christian Chandler, would say something like, "Oh, That's sad. Anyway, this is angering Ryan's older brother, Clyde Cash. Now, in the CWC universe, Clyde Cash is known as his archenemy. So, this creates a whole bunch of stuff that just boom. And in fact, like even the trolls from different groups are starting to come together. Like Panda Halo and Clyde Cash's group, they got together, and what happened was, well, doggy. So they started setting up a story where apparently Clyde Cash flew to Australia and did non-family friendly things to Panda Halo. I feel like Chris Hansen's about to walk to my door. Nah, just playing. They're all over 18. So basically what happened is that then she got pregnant. Remember, this is all fake. None of this actually happened. So in case you all are like, no, none of this really happened. So, but they didn't get the right reaction out of him. So they had to do a whole bunch of other stuff just to get him out. So then they got Blue Spike Julie. And she is probably known as the worst sweetheart to ever come into Chris's life. What I mean by this is that she made Chris do so many degrading things. Even other trolls didn't like it. But until the end, there was a long, hour-long chat dialogue with everyone, all trolls and Blue Spike Julie. Which then, brace yourself, everyone. Apparently, Blue Spike Julie wasn't a adult 18 to 21-year-old girl, but in fact, she was a 13-year-old boy.
No, I'm ready to tell you.
Okay.
This whole time, Chris, you've been having sex with a 13-year-old boy, you sick fuck.
What?
Yeah, I'm a 13-year-old boy, Chris, and you've been having sex with me this entire time. I'm gonna give all your fucking data to Chris Hansen, you fucking pedo fork, so you better get the fuck out now.
Man, I remember that clip. Anyway, Clyde Cash saga. So, Clyde Cash, he's going on around other stuff, but apparently in 2008, February 2009, not 2008, apparently Panda Halo died in the Black Saturday bushfires. Hot diggity dog. Anyway, and then Blue Spike Julie after that reveals that I'm gonna call Chris Ant. No, I'm not. Alright, so after the Blue Spike Julie saga, a whole bunch of other stuff happens. Christian Chandler gets 2 more sweethearts. One of them's real and one of them's not. So, the first one is, I think it was a girl named Emma. I think it was Emma. Man, after all the research I've done, I still can't figure it out. Anyway, so, Christian Chandler, his father, and this girl, they got in they did an actual date, real life date. And they went to the mall food court. And I wish I'm making this up. But then, something bad happens. A man in a literal pickle suit comes in, flirts with this girl, and then runs off with her. And see, the pickle man is basically a big representation of what everything Christian Chandler hates. But he's basically an enigma. He's not one person in Clyde Cash's gang. It can be anyone in Clyde Cash's gang. Think of him as anonymous, except the cooler version. But what happened is that even after that failed date with Emma, some name, I don't know. Okay, I just want to talk about this. After that bad date, apparently Clyde Cash decided to send in a whole bunch of paid escorts to their house. And then after that, there was a call between Clyde Cash and Christian.
Being recorded.
Hello?
Hey, Chris, me. It's Clyde.
seemed a little hasty at the end there. I just wanted to talk to you.
Who is this?
It's Clyde. I want to say hi to Emily. She's still here. Anyway, I'm just wondering, I was trying to help you with your aversion problem, and I sent over some fine ladies over to your house. How does that work out for you?
So you were the one that sent them over, huh? Well, for your information, my family was very uncomfortable with them being sent over, and they reported them to the police, and they got turned in, and yeah, we did not appreciate that.
Chris, you claim to be a virgin with rage all the time. I'm trying to help you, man.
Yeah, well...
So, man, the times we live in, I see trees of green. Anyways, after that tragedy, we go into some more stuff, like Ivy. Now we can focus all of his attention on Ivy. Now, Ivy, she wasn't. I think she was real, but some people actually say Panda Halo might have been Ivy, which, well, we can now confirm that that is not true. So, as we see here, you know, it ain't going too well. Not going good for Christian, because Christian apparently was about to cheat on Ivy. Then he had to spank himself on camera. And I wish I'm being funny. So, then, you know, July 2007... What? Okay. July of 2009, apparently Ivy had suicide. And then, after that, Christian Chandler made a tribute song to her.
Russia is a democratic federation.
In February 2009, Jimmy Hill, his site's closed down. Clyde Cash, in fact, died in May of 2009 of an inflicted gunshot to the head. I don't know if he's a legend or not, but whatever. So, here we go. So, now, while most of this is happening, okay, his PSP is, his PSN account is getting hacked by an elite hacker apparently named Jack Davis. And, you know, he held it for ransom, and he had to do a bunch of degrading things just so he can get it back. Oh, poor Christian. And, wait, what? No, I don't want to add that to anything. No? But, while this is happening, Christian's greatest enemy is lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right time. But Christian gave him that opportunity. So, 2009. Wait, 2009? Yeah, 2009. Christian Chandler makes a video called Rollin' and Trollin'.
Alright, we're coming to you live from Quickville today. We're over at the Quickville Pavilion. The Hedgehog Boys and Master Christian Mayor, they perform here every Friday night, and it draws a crowd. It's very good, you know.
Where apparently, guess what? He said he was a troll all along. He didn't have autism. He had a full functioning job and he was supporting his family. So apparently, all of this was fake. You lousy trolls, you just got epic pranked. But, here we go. So his channel name, he made a new channel called IBA Chandler. Now, what happened is that everyone started making acronyms for the name until apparently they turned it into Ian Brandon Anderson. And you'll know why this makes sense in a second. Because a new channel was created with the sole intention of he is the real Christian Weston Chandler. So that means we got a fake one and a real one. Are y'all catching this up? Because I sure am. Because I feel like I'm missing a lot, but I can't see anything. Anyway, so as we all know, or at least I know, and you don't because you're not informed yet, or maybe you are informed and you're about to correct me, but this does happen. So, no one pays attention to the fake account unless you're a troll, but Christian doesn't until something happened. Now, apparently, the reason the channel got sent, like, he knew what the channel was because of Jack Datus, like I mentioned, who hacked his PSN account through emails. And then he wasn't too angry. Now, look, but this channel, like, after this fake Chris came out, we got two Chris's, okay? We got Solid Chris, which is the real Christian Weston channeler, and we got Liquid Chris, which is the fakey, and that's from Metal Gear Solid. So, haha, take that, lousy trolls. So, as we see here, Liquid Chris, like, the reason why there was a big difference is because Liquid Chris was the better version of him. He had a girlfriend, he had a great business, he was getting money off his Sonic shoe, and he basically was an entirely different version of Christian Chandler. This did anger Chris, and like he kept making videos toward Solid Chris, like, bro, this guy is stupid, he fat, and he drank alcohol, like. Good, like he drinks it like a chug jug, like except chug jugs weren't a thing back then. Haha, take that, lousy trolls. Anyway, so while this Liquid Chris is happening, the 9/11 video in September of 2009 is published by Clyde Cash. That really doesn't go with anything. It's just there. But to prove that Solid Chris was the real Chris, he had a guitar off with Liquid Chris. But the problem is that the Solid Chris was not as good as Liquid Chris, because Liquid Chris could actually play a real guitar. I know, right? I could try. Nah. Yeah, I can't. I forgot where I was again. Oh yeah. Christian Chandler tried having a guitar off with Christian Chandler. I should be saying Liquid Chris and Solid Chris. Solid Chris tried guitaring off with Liquid Chris, but the problem was Liquid Chris actually plays guitar. So that did not go over well for him. But then he tried going for a sing star competition where they pick out judges, they sing a song, and boom, whoever wins, I don't know. Apparently, Liquid Chris, he won again. But I don't know if I have footage of it, but I can try. So, if he couldn't beat him, he had to destroy him. So, Solid Chris, he tried stealing his girlfriend, Casey. That backfired on him as well, because Casey figured out that, well, that was not Liquid Chris. That was fake Chris. Oh my gosh. And then after all of that, Liquid Chris just marries Casey. And then they live happily ever after. Not for Solid Chris, though. Anyway, Solid Chris, a site's created called the CWC Wikipedia advert. Now, this just made the CWC Wikipedia, which they found all of the stuff they need to know about Liquid Chris and Clyde Cash, stuff like that. Anyway, it is no surprise that Christian Chandler might indeed have Asperger's or at least some type of autism because of the way it acts. So, because of that, in November of 2009, Asperchew was made. Now, Asperchew, it was basically just this Sonic Chew, but he has Asperger's. Christian Chandler did not really appreciate that much, which then Asperchew was just made until 2011 where they got called out and it ended. Now here's the first Exile, where Panda Halo is still alive, apparently, and Matthew Noble phone call is in the 10th of August 2010, which has something to do with Megan Troyer. Now, then the site is terminated. The site is the CWC Wikipedia is terminated. Oh well. And then Clyde Cash even makes his final end after the first Exile, which is Clyde apparently leaks emails. I don't know how he does since he got a self-inflicted gunshot wound, but alright. But the gameplay saga still going on, but then, oh, just you wait. At the start of the first Exile, which after the first Exile, in my opinion, is where stuff goes way more downhill and isn't that good. But, oh well, that's Christian Chandler. We get Surf Shack Tito, which apparently Christian Chandler thought was the real Surf Shack Tito. Hey-o! But in reality, it was just some lousy troll. Oh well. But, you know, he just didn't really appreciate Surf Shack Tito, and in fact, at the end of 2011, Surf Shack Tito got blackmailed to stop. But that's just not much after that. Now we're in 2011. You know, there's a lot of things happening, like, let's see here, the Encyclopedia Dramatica article, it makes a hiatus on how the internet takes over. I need to take these glasses off. I'm not Christian Chandler. Or am I? No, I'm not. But, you know, after this happens, you know, then we got Liquid's YouTube channel shut down, but we can still find the videos, but the channel is just shut down, you know. Ain't nothing much to it. Then, oh hot diggy dog. In August 2011, Asperchew got called out. Surf Shack Tito blackmailed August 2011, like I just said. Then we have the weirdest saga, in my opinion, in 2011, April, called where Christian Chandler finds the tomboys and tomgirls of Virginia. And then this is the Tomgirl saga. This is the Tomgirl saga, where then Christian Chandler does a complete 720 and then like turns into a Tomgirl. I don't know why. Apparently this is a little weird too, since he was definitely against the LGBT Q at the time. But beside the point, it's weird. He turns into a Tomgirl. I don't even understand it. Oh well. Anyway, you know, 2011, this is basically the highlights, but no, this is that. I lied to you all. The start of the Tomgirl saga is the highlight. The real highlight is in October of 2011, where there was a hit and run. Yeah, a hit and run with Christian Chandler. It just doesn't add up. It's weird. But then, it's just, then I think this, wasn't this, yeah, he gets arrested. Even his mom. Wait, no, that's not when their mom, that's just one time. Anyway, that's basically it for 2011. Now we go to 2012. Tomgirl's saga is still going on. There's nothing really happening except how Chris doxes Megan in February 2012. Remember, Megan Troyer. She's still going on after all this time. Then, we go to 2013, where Chris announces the game placed in April of 2013. Which, that's pretty good, since I don't have to talk about how there was a hit and run. But anyway, Then we go to the assault threats to Megan Schroyer. We're Megan's second coming. That's what it's called in April 2013. And apparently, at the end of it, there's the Queen of the Trolls Facebook post. All Megan Schroyer stuff, after all these years, we get that after like 8 years. Get out of here. Anyway, then Encyclopedia Dramatica returns in October of 2013, and we still have the article. That's where the Encyclopedia Dramatica ends. This is where Megan Schroyer ends, and this is where the gameplay ends. So 3 of these pivotal points in the entire like in this legacy finally ended in 2013, but the Tom Girl saga is still going on. Now 2014. Now this is another really wacky year, because if any of y'all know who Christian Chandler is, this is where the sonic boom starts. If you don't know what I'm talking about, apparently whenever Sonic Boom was like, when people found out about Sonic Boom, Christian Chandler hated how Sonic's arms changed from like a regular color to blue. He got so mad. In fact, this will lead to him macing I think it's GameStop employees. That's different. Anyway, the latest Tom Girl post he's ever posted was in 2014 of August, and yeah. Now, then there's Catherine, which was his, if I'm correct, the last sort of his last sweetheart. We're not counting Doopy, but we'll get into that. So, we got the Catherine saga. Now, the Catherine saga was his final sweetheart, and basically, I mean, it was sort of pivotal, but it wasn't. Like, the main thing about is that it was the first, like, sweetheart. He never really truly revealed too much about when they first started dating. But then, whenever stuff, like, got really, all we knew is that she was British. And funny enough, apparently they wanted to test out a polyamorous relationship, which, that's how we know Christian Chandler can't handle a polyamorous relationship, because once they figured out how Catherine found some rich man in a party she was at, he was like, no, don't do that, then which ended the relationship then and there. That's where the trollhood is exposed of Catherine, and that's where it definitely ended there. So then we still go to the Sonic Boom saga. Now, a whole bunch of stuff's in Sonic Boom, and then we go to the Selling Out saga, which technically starts in 14, but really gets into it in 15, 16. But alright, so I'm just gonna go into straight line of the Sonic Boom saga, alright? Start to finish. And this is also going around with a few other sagas, but I'm just gonna lead it down, okay? 2014 to 2015. Sonic Boom cartoon is released. He is angry. Then Sonic Boom games are released. He's still angry. Chris looting Mace's GameStop employees on a Boxing Day. Then there is, of course, the 5th February hearing, the 2nd April hearing, the 7th May hearing, the 11th June hearing, and the 23rd July hearing. Then the 18th of October hearing, which then Chris is fined and placed on a suspended sentence because he does not really like Sonic Boom. Then we go to the Selling Out saga, which, hot diggity dog. Is it going to continue? We don't know. Let's go down this Selling Out saga, because I think going through Dolly sagas just one at a time would be a lot easier than just still just going at it. But the Tom Girl saga is still going on, as I said. So, September 20... Now we're going to go to September 2014 to... It's still going to be continued. We don't know when it's going to finish, but all we know is that it's still going to be continued. To be continued, that's like a Dragon Ball Z episode. Or, I don't know. Anyway, we go through... Chris starts selling Sonic Chew medallions. Nice. Then he has his first Sonic Chew amiibo. It goes on sale. Then Blake amiibo. I don't know what that is. Chris moves to Etsy. Then Chris adds a donation option. $10 equals 1 Sonic Chew page done. Now, the problem is that some people donate $1,000 and then he makes 10 Sonic Chew pages for them. Then, the first In the 1st of January, Chris adds paid video requests. So you could have paid Chris money. He would have done anything for you. Then, the 1st of February, Chris adds the Christian Western channel. Yep, I'm on TV. It's a 2-disc DVD, guys. Then we have Chris starts ignoring all of his orders, and the Etsy donation listing is taken down. Why? Because he's not doing any of his orders. Then Chris's Etsy shop closes due to not sending orders on time. Hot diggity dog. I wish I could have gotten Christian Chandler to... Wish I could have paid him to do something like this. Oh, whatever. Anyway, the Tom Girl saga is still going on. I'm just going to make a brief explanation of this. Like, Chris reveals that he is seeking female hormones. I'm not going to go into that. Then Chris turns Sonic into a lesbian trans woman. I don't want to go into that either. Chris continues his love quest at Hello Lady fans, and then Chris uploads a video. Wait, what? Oh, he uploads a video of him hosting lesbian sleepover. Then it is still ongoing. Now, this is where the financial crisis happens. Now, what's the financial crisis, you wonder? Oh, hot diggity dog. The financial crisis. It's a long thing of him making begging videos and asking for money. And, man, this guy's life is just going downhill. But, I just want to go into this, man. Let's go. Alright, hold on, guys. I'll be back. I'm gonna get like a water. Hold on. Chris Chan is fighting his, like, really getting, quench a Sprite cranberry. Anyway, so, then we got the financial crisis, like I just explained. Let's jump into it. So, March 2016, he spends $540 on a new life upgrade. Alright, think about it. He spent $540. What could he spend it on? You spent it on a PS4. Keep that in mind. Anyway, Barb, which is his mom, is found guilty as a debt case involving Discover Financial Services. And the judgment states that, she owes a little bit of $4,706. And then April 16th, Chris makes his first begging video. Then Chris adds the YouTube support button. Chris attempts to become a thing I'm not gonna say, because then I will get backlash. So then, Chris begs and insults his half-brother, Cole Smithy. Then Chris pays $541 for the GameStop incident. The one where he's like, boom. And then Chris begs and insults his... I already said that. Whoops. Chris gets Barb to beg for dental work. Then Chris lists 3 new Pokemon cards, 1 for $50 and 2 for $100 each. Then Chris begs for money for gender reassignment funding. Then Barb is sued again. Then Chris pays $121 in dog tag fines. Then Chris begs Cole again. Then court rules Barb owing $15,000. A troll donates a penny. Then Chris launches a Patreon, wanting $20,000 for expenses and $50,000 for rainy days. Later he updates it with a Skylanders reward for donations. Man, if I was young, I'd pay all that for the Skylanders. So then, a Ween reports a Craigslist ad for Barb's riding lawnmower, prompting Chris to put it back up. Part of Bob's stamps collection is sold. Then a Sonic home is sold for $1,500. Problem about Chris I want to mention is that he buys toys and games while he does this too. Anyway, so then Barb begins starring in the begging videos. Yeah! Then Chris sells more stuff on eBay. Then Chris shows notable amounts of aggression toward his mother in the begging videos. And that's it. It's still going on. Now, this is a long saga, I must say. Now, Oh, hot diggity dog. Then we got hold on, guys. I'll be back. I'm gonna get something. So while this is happening, I'm gonna be wearing, for the rest of the video, I'm gonna be wearing this hat, and you will see why in just a second. Because then we go into the Mert saga, which happened whenever Donald Trump was gonna become president, but he didn't want to call Donald Trump Trump, so he called him Mert. The P is silent, so keep that in mind. So then Chris makes posts on Facebook calling then candidate Trump a Mert. Oh boy. Chris continues harassment of Trump on his Facebook page, calling him for being non-LGBT, which is weird because Chris was also non-LGBT, and despite Chris himself also qualifying for the same thing. Yeah, it even says it. It even says it. Then Chris makes death threats against Trump after his election and results in a 1-week ban from Facebook. Woo! There's no water in here. Oh well. Anyway, this was going on in different years. I'm not saying the years because you can already just guess. It's already going from obviously 2016, 2015, stuff like that. So I don't think I really have to mention much about it. Now we go to the Doopy saga. Now, Doopy, you may not know, is from Planet Dolan, which was originally named Danger Dolan, but they got more employees, so they called it Planet Dolan.
It was funny the first fucking time! Shut the fuck up!
Anyway, then, oh man, okay, I need to brighten this up a little bit. I can't read. So then, Chris sends his first tweet to Doopy. It's not gonna be long, but it's gonna be something else. Doopy defends Chris via Twitter, hair color, flame war. Chris becomes a fan of Planet Dolan. Which is weird, because how would he text Doopy if he wasn't a fan? Whatever. Sonic Shoes 13's cover is released. Don't know why that's in the Doopy saga, but hey, it's some information. Chris defends Doopy in the midst of her Hatsune Miku pedophilia. Okay, no. Then Doopy uploads a what? Oh, a new icon for Chris. You see, for some reason these colors are just so weird that it's hard to read. But I forgot to mention, Christian Chandler kept harassing Doopy until the point where, well, gotta get the big old ban button. Block. Now we go to the last significant saga on the entire timeline. The Idea Guy saga. The Idea Guy saga, this is interesting because the Idea Guy was someone who was really experienced with roleplay, so he knew all the bits and pieces. So what he did is that he made bizarre videos in different images about the CWCville, and this basically triggered like Christian Chandler to think, oh, this is actually happening. So, see, like here it begins corresponding with Unknown Man about video ideas. Chris just corresponds with this man, the Idea Guy. Then Chris makes two bizarre videos, one being where he rants about Nazis. Yes, it's a real video.
You friggin' Nazis! I'm gonna kick you all out of Equestria!
You stinking Nazis! Seriously, real video. Then, the last significant part. After being doxxed by moderators on Kiwi Farms, the Idea Guy has been out of the picture. Chris has now a bodyguard type moderator from Kiwi Farms looking after his interactions to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So, basically, that's it. Kiwi Farms basically is protecting Chris and Chandler after the Idea Guy hit him, metaphorically, not literally. So now, that's it with the CWC saga. There is one more thing, like, there is the Teen Training Squad saga, but there's nothing really much to it, and now we're in 2019. So, that's it. This has basically been an alright conclusion to a second episode of the Super Pogo Show. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm going to be linking my friend Nathan's channel in the description. He's already been in my last video, because he's also going to be doing a video on Christian Chandler. So hopefully, hope y'all enjoyed this. If I missed out anything and you want to let me know, you can leave it down in the comments. But that being said, bye.